One of these three could be learning the exciting techniques of rally driving at Phil Price's Rally School in Wales. Now, these are courses used by World Championship teams for pre-event testing, so it's guaranteed to be something special. Plus, we've got this Pro Tape electronic measuring tape to give away. Isn't that incredible? And as if this wasn't enough, well, we're giving away VIP passes to Spearmint Rhinos in Birmingham and these T-shirts, courtesy of GrandPrixLegends.com. Plus, we've got a year's subscription to Car Magazine and more fabulous gear from Jeep. So, will they be able to give us the asking price? OK, let's just recap. The cars we're going to show are genuinely for sale, and we ask our contestants to guess what the asking price is. Now, there's a point for the person whose guess is the closest. That becomes 2 points if they're within £50, and we give 3 points for a direct hit. And, of course, if two people make the same guess, they'll both get the same points. So with us tonight, Graham Pearce from the world-famous Bromsgrove MG Centre. I've used you myself for my cars. Wonderful, nice to see you. Tim, who's a student, wants to be in the media business, join the great big world of television. Good luck. And Neil, on the end, who's got his own BMW business. Neil, you buy and sell BMWs, is that right?
In partnership with somebody,
In partnership?
Yes.
OK. Jolly good. Straight on with the game and over to Brendan for our first used car.
This is a Volkswagen Chiron 2-litre CL. It's the 7-seater model. It's R-registered from 1997 and it's got quite high mileage at 91,000 miles, but generally is in first-class condition. You might as well cut your own bits off as buy a people carrier, because trust me, no woman is ever going to look at you again. That was a mate's response to a brother's suggestion that he might buy a people carrier. Now, I know it shouldn't be a consideration when buying a used car, but let's face it, it is. How am I going to look in a car like this to the opposite sex? Rubbish. Anyway, have a look inside. Now, the inside of this Chiron is very familiar, and that's because it's virtually a Ford Galaxy. But for some reason, Volkswagen Chirons don't have the same sort of resale value as the Fords do. Now, when it comes to people carriers, you don't measure the number of owners it's had, but the number of children it's had. And in this case, it's had 28 children and 3 careful owners. Inside, you get 83 cup holders, which is nice, a full service history, power steering, heated rear window, ooh, electric front windows because it's only the CL model. But all in all, it's in reasonably good condition, apart from the odd rust spot. Now, I love people carriers, provided you've got enough money to have something else worth driving at the weekends. Well, I haven't got enough money for either. But that's what you've got to work out. What is the asking price for this?
So, there you go. Nice people carrier. What do you think the price is? Start writing. You've got 20 seconds. So, Volkswagen Chiron, I think he's completely wrong. If you can offer to take your mates down the pub with you, you're an immensely popular person, you'll find. 91,000 miles, done a lot of miles, so the trade might not like it so much. But very good condition inside. And if you're an amateur wrestler, you can get the back seats out. Time's up. Graham, how do you fancy a Chiron? What do you value it at?
I think it's worth about 8,000.
8,000 quid. Tim, how do you think?
I reckon it'd have to be about 9,000.
£1,000 more. Jolly good. And Neil, what would you pay for it?
I think 8,000. So.
8,000 as well. 2 people on 8,000. OK, let's find out what that Chiron was worth.
Nice though this car is, I'm not sure I could bring myself to buy a car called Sharon, perhaps in Essex. Still, it could start a trend. You could have a Ford Kiley or a Vauxhall Tracy. Anyway, the asking price is £7,995.
Look at that, 7,995. So 2 of us are very close indeed. Graham and Neil, you both get 2 points each. Very well done. I don't think he's fair about Chiron. I think that's a really good people carrier and well worth looking at, except the VR6 is so thirsty. OK, let's try another round. This time we're looking at supercars with Glenda.
This is the closest that most of us will get to a 600 brake horsepower Porsche supercar, flinging one of these around a toy track making car noises. But we've got the real thing right here.
Just look at that body kit. Not exactly subtle, is it? But then you'd want to be noticed when you're in something as rare as this limited edition Gambala. Inside, this car is fully kitted out for speed, with roll cage, body-hugging sports seats and, well, that's about it. It's not exactly luxurious, is it? But that isn't the point of this stripped out, beefed up supercar.
Now, with all this speed, is it going to whiz off with your life savings? What is the asking price?
OK, there you are, a really hot Porsche 911. They call it the 993, in fact. So start writing. What do you think it's worth? Very, very hot car, 600 brake horsepower claimed. Lots of people claim those sort of outputs, but you're never quite sure. But very exclusive interior, special interior. Would it be a car easy to sell or not? Would people be intimidated? Stop writing. Time's up. Tim, you a Porsche enthusiast?
Not really, but wouldn't say no to one.
You wouldn't say no if somebody
not
handed it to you on a plate. What do you think it's worth?
About 85 grand.
85 grand. Neil, you're the professional. What would you pay for that?
I think it's an excellent car, 110,000.
Do you think you'd get that for it?
Off somebody.
Would a potential BMW owner buy it?
No.
No, no. All right. And Graham, what does an MG specialist think of Porsches?
It's a lovely car, but I only value it at 45.
45,000, so you're well down on the other two. OK, let's find out what that Porsche fetched.
All this performance will come at a premium because it's going to set you back £85,000.
£85,000. So, Tim, you're smack on the nose there, and we give you 3 points for that. Jolly good. I can't understand why that car has a large red tow hitch in the radiator. There must be something about the engine there. Our third round is with Lynn, and it features my favourites, the classic cars. Let's have a look at this.
Oi, hey! When I was told to test out the 1968 Mini Cooper Mark II, I expected a right little rickety old banger, but forget that. This one is a pleasure to drive. It's a comfy little runaround. And with just under 2,000 miles on the clock since it was restored in 1991, a 998cc engine and just 4 owners, this one is going to be a bargain. It's beautiful. And check out these slidey little windows. OK, let's check it out on the outside and see what it looks like. Hey, check out this original Webasto folding sunroof. Very classy indeed. All in all, this car is in immaculate condition. The bodywork, not a mark on it. The chrome work, absolutely immaculate. This is top class, grade A classic car material. It's been featured in so many films, this car. It's almost an icon. And check out those replica wheels. They will sort you out throughout any Italian job. So, for our little beauty, name your price.
There you go, name your price, start writing. A very, very nice Mini Cooper there. Classic car, that's the Mark II 998. I used to have the original 997 Mark I. Great car that was as well. Right little screamers, and you can still nip through the traffic. And they tell me since the new Mini came out that original Mini Coopers are starting to become much more valuable. Think about it. Time's up. Neil, do you fancy a Mini Cooper? What would you pay?
Lovely little car, I think 7,495.
7,495. Graham, Mini Cooper enthusiast?
Yes, I used to own the same model. Mine was November 69, and I sold that for 60 quid, but I value this one at 5,000, that is.
5,000, not 50. OK, finally, Tim, Mini Cooper appeal?
Yeah, they're OK. I reckon about 6 grand.
About 6 grand?
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the classic car dealership, see what it fetched.
Ta-da! Why spend a small fortune on a brand spanking new Mini when you can have this classic beauty for less than half the price? Just £6,000.
£6,000 there. I think actually you could almost say that car's a little bit undervalued, but I thought it was a very, very nice one, like the Webasto roof. Tim, smack on the nose again. Very well done. Another 3 points. OK. Lovely cars, those, and they tell me that, you know, now the new Mini is on sale, that the prices are going up quite fast, so get your order in for a classic Mini while you can. Let's take a look at the scores so far. So, Graham and Neil tying with 2 points each, and Tim, our media student, streaking away with 6 points. Very well done. OK, now on to our quick-fire round. We'll be revealing pictures of cars slowly. You buzz when you think you can guess within £1,000 of the car's list price. And the points go down as the time moves on, and you only get one chance each to guess. So, right, here's the first car. Let's have a look. Tell me what it is and what the list price is. There are 4 points on offer. Neil.
Mazda MX-5.
And what's it worth?
£15,000.
So you're out. Graham and Tim, tell me what the car is and what you think it's worth. 3 points on offer. First one to buzz. 2 points on offer. Graham.
I'll go with Mazda MX-5 again. I'll say £18,000.
So it's down to you, Tim. What do you think it is and how much is it worth? Well, no doubt what it is.
Yeah.
Give us a buzz and tell us how much it is.
That's Mercedes. It's about 78.
No, in fact, you're well over. It's the SLK 32, and that's the AMG tuned version. They want 44,000 quid for that. Let's have a look at the next one. As soon as you know what it is, give me a buzz. 5 points on offer, 4 points on offer. Must be able to tell from that. Another sports car. Graham.
I believe it's a Lexus.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
And what would it sell for? About?
I think about 68,000.
Not close enough. You're on the right track. Tim and Neil, what do you think?
So Lexus, 55,000.
Not quite close enough. Tim?
It's a Lexus 54.
Well, in fact, you're all overestimating. It's 50,850. So here's one to keep you guessing over the break. It's an original letter signed by Graham Hill and mounted alongside this photograph. It's dated the 17th of January 1964. It's a reply to a fan of the time. What's that Graham Hill letter worth? OK, here's the Graham Hill signed letter and photograph we showed you before the break. Believe it or not, it's worth just £400, and that's a lot less than any of our contestants and myself thought. Back to the game, and we're off down the auction.
We're back at the auction again now to see if there are any bargains to be found. And it's important to remember in this round that we're after the auction's selling price, not the retail value. Now this week we thought we'd bring a bit of glamour to the auction with this BMW 3 Series Cabriolet. But then it's not in quite such good nick as we thought. It's fairly old, 1985 on a C plate, but that's no excuse for its condition. And it's done 145,000 miles. A very hard life it's had by the looks of it too. So, what do you think this car went under the hammer for?
Deeply suspicious BMW there. Start writing. What do you think the hammer fell at the auction? And bear in mind, car that turns up with cable ties over the indicators is not going to be terribly popular in the trade. 320 version of the BMW, nice drop head, but very ropey around the edges. It looked like a wet day down the auction when the trade are never very happy people anyway, so bear in mind, what did the hammer go for? And if you didn't want to buy the hammer, how much did the car go for? Graham, do you fancy that convertible BMW?
It needs a bit of work, but it is a cabriolet, so we'll say £1,000.
Needs more than a bit of work, I would have thought. Tim, how do you value that car?
No, that was terrible. It was a death trap. I'd give it 500.
500 quid.
Yeah.
And the man who should know, Neil?
Well, I think it's a lot of car. Somebody will resurrect it. £1,500.
1,500 quid. OK, let's go back down the auction.
390, 4 410, 410 only, and it's being sold at 410 once. 410 twice, anyone that side at 410. Outright sale, 410, that was a deal.
£410 the hammer went down for. Don't you wish you'd been at that auction, Neil? I mean, yes. OK, and once again, Tim, you're very good. 500 quid, you said. That's a point. So, now on to our private seller, and over to Lynn.
This cheeky little number is a T-Reg Renault Clio with 17,000 miles on the clock. Now, I've just taken it for a bit of a spin round town, and let me tell you, it's quite nippy for a 1.2 litre engine. Plus, the nice, tidy, plush interior and the jazzy seats make this, for me, a perfect little runaround for a lady about town. So, let's check out the exterior. With just one lady owner, but new from the garage, she really has looked after this little baby. The outside is as immaculate as the inside. Not really much to say about it. We all know what Renault Clios are all about. Good, solid cars, if they are your cup of tea, of course. Now, I wonder what Nicole's papa would say about this. Chris, it's over to you.
There you go. Pens up, 20 seconds to think about it. One lady owner from new, 1999, 1.2 litre. It's only done 17,000 miles. Bear in mind, private owners often have a slightly exaggerated idea of what their cars are worth. So we're looking for what she would have advertised it at in the small ads or, you know, down the newsagent or however she wanted to sell it. So, Tim, how do you value that Renault Clio?
I'll go for 6.5.
6,500 quid, all right. Neil, how do you value it?
Nice girly car, 6,995.
That's politically incorrect statement, but I'll take it anyway, 6,995. And Graham?
I think I'm a bit on the low side, but it's not my sort of car. I'll say 2.5 grand. 2.5
grand. So if somebody comes to you saying, listen, I want an MG and I'm going to trade in my nice one-lady owner Renault Clio and it's only done 17,000 miles, you'd give it 2,000.
We could probably come to an arrangement.
You'd probably come to an arrangement if you wanted to buy.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the lady wanted for her car.
And the price second reveal is £4,900. Ooh la la.
£4,900. So, in fact, I think she was quite realistic about that. So, forget my exaggeration of private owners. And, Tim, you're still well over the top at 6,500, but you get the point. OK, a final chance to reverse the order, our second quickfire round. Remember, points go down as more information is revealed. Fingers on the buzzers. Let's look at the first car. Tell me what it is, what it's worth. You must know this car. 10 million of them on the roads. Give us a buzz. Graham?
It's Ford.
How much?
I'd say 11 grand.
Not close enough between Tim and Neil. 3 points on offer. You must know what it is.
It's a Ford Mondeo, but it's knowing which model it is.
Well, there you go. So, how much do you value that up?
I forgot what Graham said.
Well, it doesn't matter. What do you think it's worth?
14,000.
14. Not close enough, so it's down to you, Tim.
It's a Ford Mondeo, I'd say about 12 grand.
Well, you're all out, and you'll be amazed by this because it's the Mondeo Ghia 2 litre, and Ford want £18,245 for that car, which personally I'd be a bit worried about paying. But there you go. Let's have a look at the next car. As soon as you know.
It's a
Neil.
Mini.
Yeah.
But is it a?
What do they want for that?
Again, knowing which model it is, I go for 11,500.
Not close enough between you two. Graham.
I'll take a chance. It's the first model, not the Coupe. I'll go for 10.
Not close enough. Down to you, Tim.
Mini, I'd say about 15,000.
I'll let you have that. That's, in fact, the Mini Cooper, Mini Cooper S, £14,500. And let's take another one, quickly. Tell me what it is. You must know from that. You must know from that. Graham.
It's a Jeep.
Yeah? What do they want for it?
I'll go for 28,000.
Yeah, oh, spot on. Well done. Jeep Grand Cherokee 3.1 turbo diesel, £27,995. Very well done. Yeah, smack on the nose. OK, let's see how that affects the final scores. And Neil, just 2 points, I'm afraid, but a brave effort. You took a lot of time on that. I was amazed you didn't get the BMW, but pretty scruffy one.
Don't deal in bangers.
Don't deal in bangers. I mean, what about the image of BMW? I mean, it really seems to have, on the second-hand car market, everybody wants to drive one.
Yes, everybody's getting out of the bread-and-butter cars now and would rather have an older, more reliable BMW, perhaps holds its price better.
Jolly good. All right, Graham, 6 points, and MG Specialist. I mean, you know, this modern tinware, you and I know, it's not worth anything, is it?
No, I was, apart from Rangers and Jeeps, they're nice, but otherwise, I'll stick with classics.
And Tim, 13 points. So that takes you through to our final payoff round. But before we go on to that, we need to give you all prizes for playing. We've got the passes to the Gentlemen's Club, the T-shirts, the umbrellas, and the year's subscription to the magazine. So, Tim, you're through, and we're going to show Tim one more car. If he can get within £2,000 either side of this car's asking price, he's going to be having that rally track day and taking home the electronic measuring tape. So, you can ask the other two to confer with them, if you trust them, that is, on price. Here we go. Take a look at this car.
Some of my friends think I'm very sad because amongst my dream cars I list Volvos, it's true, and MX-5s. And there's one simple reason for that. They are affordable supercars to drive. You can keep all your Johnny-come-lately Japanese imports with four-wheel drive and rally specs. Because let's face it, you've got to be on a dirt track, an autobahn, or somewhere legal to drive them with any fun. This 1800 fuel-injected car is all that you need. You can get the back end out at 30 miles an hour. Inside, it's a bit Spartan. Have a look. Now you can get very fancy at MX-5 special editions in the light with lots of electric. The only creature comfort in here is probably the stereo and electric windows, but it's still got that fantastic MX-5 gearbox, and well, for me, it's just the best car in the world. It's got 24,000 miles, it's T-registered from 1999, and it's an all-round good car. So, what is the asking price?
So there you go, you've got 20 seconds to confer and think about it. Bear in mind that a lot of MX-5s were brought in, that's brought the value down, some were imports, you know, the UNOS is not worth as much as the MX-5, that's depressed values a bit. So bear that in mind, but it's a very nice one, 1800 engine. You should know all about it with the MG stuff. Time's up. Yeah. Tim, tell me what you think that car's worth.
I'll say about 11 grand.
£11,000. OK, let's find out what the MX-5 went for.
The renaissance of the two-seater Roadster can be pinpointed to when this car was unveiled in 1990. A Mazda Miata in America, an Unos Roadster in Japan, the plain old MX-5 here. This one will set you back £9,595.
£9,595, so you're a bit over, but we'll give you that. You're within the limit, so very well done. That's it for this week's Asking Price. Here's another one for you at home. Put these three cars into their correct order of value. We've got the Mini Cooper S, the Yaris T-Sport, and the Seat Arosa. Now, the answer to those three cars will be on our website, which, do I need to remind you, is www.menandmotors.co.uk. But that's all from this edition of Asking Price. See you next time.
They had to create a Jaguar that didn't alienate the pipe-smoking bollocks. Bags.